Help support the companies that support our community. For the body and the hat, I used a straight grain maple, and I'm using a transfast dye on those. So it's a dye it's a powdered dye, you put it in water, and it's the jar I have here, I've had that for probably 2 or 3 years. It lasts a long time, it's easy to apply, and if you want it, you just mix it with water, so you can dilute it if you want to make it lighter or the opposite or darker the other way. But it just super easy to apply, just a sponge brush, it soaks in. I put 2 coats on this. I wanted to, get a little bit darker, but it works really well. So to attach the 2 pieces, I'm going to use copper wire. So this is a thick gauge copper. And so I went ahead and drilled in 2 holes into the body. You'll see here in a second, I slip and scratch the thing. So we'll fix that in a second. Drill bit, it was kind of wandering a little bit, so I pulled on it, and I was trying to pull it like back down into the hole, and it slipped over and scratched. But we'll fix that in a minute. So as far as like the head part of it, it's just kind of personal preference where you want it on to look, but the picture that Robin showed me, I was trying to get it as close to that as I could. So I just was kind of gauging that as I was going along. The copper wire, I just cut off that a little bit long, and then I adjust that as I'm going after I get the 2 holes drilled into the burl. As far as marking the burl piece, so I held onto it, and then Robin marked that, so I knew where I was supposed to drill. So I just did the top one first, and then put it in there, and then that way I could see where the bottom one was supposed to go. After I got everything trimmed down, I went ahead and sanded the scratch out, re-dyed the base, let that dry for a little while, and then put a walnut oil finish on the burl. And then for the copper wires, I just used a 5-minute epoxy and glued them in. There we go, I got him all done. So he is 5.5 inches tall. It's all out of maple. The hat and the body are straight grain, and then the face is maple burl. Robin found this picture on Pinterest, thought it was adorable, so it was a fun project. As far as like technical stuff, it's really not a lot of explaining, it's just basic, turning the curves. The hardest part of the project is try and get that curve on the face and the body to kind of match, so it looks even all the way across. But it was a fun one. I'd never done one of these. All right, I think that was about it as far as that goes. It was just some basic spindle turning, really. If you're going to be in the Chicago area, the Turning Symposium, Easy Wood is going to be there, and they're going to be selling Niles bottle stoppers. So they set up a booth there, and we shipped them a bunch of stuff back. So if you're going to be at that, I will put a link down below in the description for all the information. So it is not this weekend, next weekend. I believe it's the 21st is when it starts. But go by and say hi, and tell Christy and Doug we said hi. All right, I think that was about it. It's a fun project, and we will see you next week. Take care.